Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Caveman to Cosmos with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Byzantium. So the turn is 7445, year 1758 AD, and we are one turn away from Marxism, which is a dud as far as technologies go, but we have to get through it because the industrial age is behind us and we need to get to the atomic age. Wait, is it industrial age? Yes, industrial lifestyle, and we're working towards atomic lifestyle. And because we want things like women's suffrage and some other things, I think that maybe atomic lifestyle it requires women's suffrage, so that means Marxism is necessary. Plus we will kind of enjoy the labor unions because they bring some pretty good buildings, so we'll see if they might be good. But again, this is at this point mopping up none of these technologies, maybe with the exception of foreign policy, really excites me, so it's mostly just to get what we have to and get it off the table. Now, what is new? Believe it or not, the past 12 turns have been super busy. We have been doing quite a lot. Let me start by going over the religions, because that is a project number 1 for us. So, I have been speaking about spreading certain religions, but after I uploaded episodes, I actually went back and I started spreading Hinduism, Judaism, and some other religions as well, like Christianity, because I thought, hey, let's see. Many of our cities are actually relatively okay with production, so those that has nothing better to do can spread the religions. Right now there is not a single religion that would be present in all of our cities. Ironically, it's Jainism, which is like the worst religion for us, and Shinto, which I kind of like, and I used it a lot because of the great financial boon that the Shinto temple gives. But not even those are in all cities, so I decided to spread it out as much as possible. Now, Hinduism, I have sent the Hindu missionaries, we had it in only one city, and I have sent them to Constantinople and the surrounding cities, because that is where most of our core production lies, so spreading it there means we will get the most out of the temples. I have been spreading Christianity down here. Many of these cities didn't actually have Christian faith, and I have been spreading Yoruba and the other religions pretty much everywhere I could get my hands on. I'm also actually working on spreading Yoruba to the eastern cities, because they would benefit most from the culture, and you can see that now 33 cities have it, which is pretty good. Sikhism is also something that we need to spread a little bit more, but I haven't been focusing on it primarily. So yeah, ironically, Hellenism, which was our core culture, and is there still Druidism? Yeah, Druidic tradition, these are all basically falling behind the other religions because we've been dealing with other stuff. But I have, as you can see, been working on it, and we increased our scientific production quite significantly. I'd also found a liking in the religion of Tengrism, because ironically the shaman yurta gives extra production, especially if, it is working for military units, but it's good. So I'm spreading it around, boosting the production wherever I can, and that is really good. And the Hindu monasteries are also pretty good. I wonder if there is any religion that's currently not present in Constantinople. Let me actually check it, because we had a couple, and I think at this point, so Judaism is there, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Confucianism. Okay, Taoism not, because that's not present in our empire, nor is Zoroastrianism. Hellenism is, Kemetism is, Naghoism, Addanism, Nagaism, Baha'i, Tengris. Tengrism is not present in Constantinople. Alright, so we need to fix that. Baha'i, Mesopotamia, we don't have that. Jainism is everywhere. Sikhism is, Yoruba is, Shinto is. This one is not present. Druidic tradition, shamanism we don't have. Canonism, Rabnovera. And voodoo is not present. Okay, so I'll need to make sure that we get voodoo and Tengrism to Constantinople, because that is actually pretty good. So yeah, again, I'm going to be spreading it out. It is now my project number 1 because it's helping with science and it's helping with education, which we have done quite a leap with. You can see that again, we are continuing to improve in that regard pretty much everywhere. Actually, with the exception of Constantinople, and I'm going to explain why that is, every single city with the exception of Rehovot, and there was one more. And Chandax is growing when it comes to education, which is great. We are a highly educated civilization. Crime is super okay, as you can see, and so is disease. So what's up with Constantinople? Well, it hasn't really grown. That's not what's happening. But our Greek brothers have actually raised this city here. And I am suspecting that they might try to colonize it because it is very close to them and they might be interested in getting a slice of that pie. And because that is something that I actually wanted to do, I have created, I have actually made, it happened, by the way, 2 turns ago, so this is a relatively new development. I've trained a pioneer to 2 entertainers from Constantinople, so hence the lowering of the education there, and a bunch of captive civilians, an ambulance, police squad, and wall archers of Constantinople, which is a rifleman unit, and they are going into this place to found the new city. So I'm hoping that they will arrive there in 18 turns before a city is found there. It would be kind of sad if they didn't manage. But we'll have to see. What about you? You still can't? Well, you're getting there. Kiriapetra hasn't grown really much. The city itself is still on population 15. It's building these small buildings. You just noticed that supply cars and food cars are on the way. Again, it takes quite a lot of time. That was a really good point. I'm not sure if it was Wolfa or someone else who made it, but we do not have a continuous railroad all the way to Kiriapetra, which is slowing down the movement. So I'm actually working on that. This should be the last tile that is, or is there? Yeah, there's a broken connection here as well, so we need to fix that as well. But the rest of it is actually all a railroad, so they can take the railroad there to the city. We have also been, as I mentioned, spreading the religions in this area. Christian monasteries are being built, idols, so yeah, that's all good and fine. We have also built the National Weather Service, which is pretty good. And as I was stating in the previous episode, we have built the 3 torpedo boats that we have here. And the first workboat is already active, working on building the fishing boats here, which is going to consume them, unfortunately, but we're working more workboats. I've actually played a little bit with the torpedo boats because they are so strong. I decided not to merge them. Instead, we got 2 fight-oriented torpedo boats with combat 2 and might 1, and the one that is actually having combat 1 but also transport troops and transport troops 1. So this one should be able to carry 2 units. This is because that was a really good point again in the comments. I think that was Wolfau, that if we found a city here, it would be the fastest to get our units there via sea. So I could move our units along the coast. We do have access to, I believe, all of these. That's Maya. We have a little bit of an issue with Maui, who somehow managed to survive and found a city here. But if they bother us, we are going to basically race them down and be gone. they will be gone, and we will be done with them. Other than that, all the relations have been peaceful. I'm enjoying that. I really am not interested in any kind of war, so it's pretty good. Though, you know, there has been a couple of conflicts raging for a while, but I'm staying out of it. I don't want to get involved. But yeah. The Greeks are actually doing really good. They got 10 cities now. Egypt has 12, and you can see Ethiopia has 17. So our vassals are growing based on our kindness, and they are becoming quickly quite a dominant civilization. So I am really happy about that. Anything else that I would like to mention? I don't think so. Everything else seems to be in order. Was there anything else that I would like to mention? What are you guys done? In 2 turns. Alright, so high time to send some elephants your way. You're gonna finish this. Alright. Well, either way, you guys can hold here. And we're gonna end the turn. So, yeah, I'll see you next turn with Marxism.
From each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs.
So, as was mentioned, Marxism enables Marxism, which is a horrible civic, unfortunately. Now, I do not want to berate the authors of this game. You know, like, they've done such a great job, but, you know, there are certain civics in Alpha Centauri, which I think is the best way how you can do this, which I would never take. But I understand why someone would. For example, you can have, you know, a police state which makes your cities and civilization very inefficient, but you get free supply and you get extra police force. Here, they're basically making some useless. I would much prefer if they were a little bit bold and just, for example, Marxism could have a massive industrial boost, which would be in line with Marxism, and they could have a massive food growth, but they could stifle culture and, you know, for example, have some penalties for religion, you know, stuff like that. It would be amazing. But here, feudal is just so much better than Marxist. There's literally no reason why you would want to take this one. And it doesn't even, like, the eye in the sky, Great Firewall, Palace of the Soviets, none of these are so valuable that you would want them. You know, again, it doesn't really give you anything that would make sense. You know, it was the Great Firewall. Okay, that is it. See, like, free safety. So you get -10 in every city. That's just amazing. Like, great. I mean, again, I think I am running a very old version. I have to keep reminding you of that because I've been playing this game for 3 years now. Actually, maybe 4 even. So the current version is... Oh, we can build a Lotus Temple. Okay, I need to think about that where we build it. But, so I'm running an old version. That is, without a question, you know, playing into that. And I'm pretty sure that they might have fixed these issues in their current version. Or they might not. But, you know, the way they're setting it here just doesn't... San Francisco was raised by the Americans. That is interesting. But the way they're setting it here, it just doesn't make me feel like they're actually doing that. It's just like, you either have massive bonuses or you're not interesting at all. Okay, so here we have Baha'i. All these cities actually have Baha'i already. So where could we send you? Amorium? Wow, all of them. Vudena. Okay, Atalaya doesn't have it, so we can send it to Atalaya. And Adi is our second biggest city, so we can send it. Actually, we have like 2 cities that are second biggest. We have Constantinople at 64, and Laodicea and Adi each have 1,400,000 people, 50 population. And they keep on growing, so that is pretty good. Unfortunately, Constantinople, as you saw last time, is really not getting much growth going. It has 18, so we are not... Actually, I'm not sure if we will be able to grow further than that. I was thinking about actually trying to boost it a little bit more, but I'm afraid that we will run into a situation where literally the city itself will no longer be able to feed itself, which would be a huge issue because I mean, you know, a huge issue. I could potentially. There's poultry here. All right, let's make a pasture for the poultry, but that would be an issue because it would force me to continuously send food into the city. So I need to figure out how much. I actually don't know. I'll check it when we have a city that's actually growing, but I'm pretty sure that Constantinople had like plus 80, and now it has plus 18. So unless we have at least 50 growth per turn, I'm not gonna push for any more growth in the city itself. Oh, we have vanilla here. Alright, let's build a plantation. Alright, you're a food freight. So I can have you grow Keria Petra to population 16. Okay, you guys are useless here, but you're gonna wait for the new city that we might found. And we wanted to build a couple of things here. Let me see. The mathematical or mathematics department is pretty good. The cottage industry would be better. I'm looking for something that will boost growth. Okay, so you will take 5,500 and you take only 3,560. Alright. Private school. And it's something that we wanted, but it can wait a little bit. Chemistry lab would be great, but again, that can wait. So you know what I could do? I could actually put you for construction because that's gonna give us 22, and I'm gonna hurry up the cottage industry so that we get that. And I get another food freight already here, which is gonna arrive in 3 turns. And I get you guys, which are actually going to go to boost Keria Petra as well, because we want to have you there. Can I get a veil? And I wanted to send you over here too. And we got more Baha'i here. No, actually these guys are to spread the religion. Alright, so we succeeded at first try, gaining access to Baha'i monastery. And we can put Baha'i temple as an afterthought. You guys can go to Justinianopolis. Right, so you failed. So let's try it again. Okay, this time we didn't fail. So we can put the monastery and then the temple here. Awesome. Anything else education-wise? No. Disease is fine. Education is just excellent. Meteorology lab is good. Alright. And here we have the destroyers. You guys are working on that. Oh yes, here we have the Tengri Shaman, which is spreading the religion here in Atalaya. Meaning that we now have access to the Shaman's Yurt, that you can see is increasing the production, which is pretty good. I think that it counts only towards military units, but still it is beneficial, and it takes only 1 turn to build these, so I'm shadowing them for immediate construction everywhere I can. Hopefully it's gonna help with the workloads too. Did we spread it to Laodicea? Yes, we have it in Laodicea. Actually, are you in... You're not in Constantinople, that's where we need to go, as I said. Alright, connecting the railroad here. Now we have a connection all the way to here, and we're gonna fix this tile where we need hydrocarbon well and the railroad. You guys are gonna spread Tengrism in Justiniana Nova, which gives us the amazing ability to build the yurt here. Any more? No. Sure, build these 2, and that's that. Okay, Vansa, we are trying to hurt you when it comes to culture. We're actually doing pretty good. We're improving the culture here significantly. You have 803, Perigion is a little bit behind at 767, but Vonsan has only 808, so the combined pressure should be stronger. I would really like to get this under our control. And we have time. Again, right now we're founding another city over here, so we have time. And the next one is gonna be here anyway, because we want to push at Amsterdam. I don't know how much culture you're getting. 200. Yeah, that's gonna be easy. We're gonna catch up very quickly. Alright, well, that's all for this turn. And next comes labor union. So I hope you guys enjoyed this foray into the life of our empire. And I'll see you in 11 turns with labor unions. Constantinople has this many religions. That is crazy. And all of them are actually there. And there is nothing that we would want to build. The chemical plant. I still don't understand why the factory die is so important when we can just build a die person. Because dies themselves are important, but you know, we have someone producing them, so I don't think a factory is really needed. And we still have you guys here. No world wonder can be built. So actually, let's let me just check. Can we build all these? Could it build? No. That's because you do not have Baha'i though, right? You have Baha'i. No, you can. I think we need the second temple there as well. Antioch is building the Reichstag. What about Nicomedia? That has been producing. Yeah, you could build the Lotus Temple. It is a little bit of a waste, but I still think it's a good one. It gives culture. Yeah, I don't think we're furious or annoyed. Are we? Can we see? Wait, I think we can see it only for an advisor, right? We are industrialist, financial, expansive, agricultural, scientific, and populist. Populist is a negative trait. Well, yeah, I get that. But I've been working hard on removing all of the traits, you know, negating them basically. And if you take the opposite trait, it will remove the negative one. So we are not getting any negative or major negative things right now. All right, and this is the population. We're at almost 44 million. So things are looking good everywhere. So see you in 11 turns. Turn 7456, year 1759 AD, and we are one turn away from labor unions. So what's new? Well, not much. I always say that. And then it turns out that there's a lot. But in this case, we were just continuing doing what we did before. When you look at the religions, you will see that many of our religions have grown, some significantly, some only slightly, but we are doing our best to spread them out every chance we get. So that's what I've been busy with. You will notice that our research continues to increase. We are over 173,000 right now. This is due in part, though, to the growth of the cities. You will see that the population of our civilization has grown significantly. We are almost at 45 million. Can't wait to break 50, to be quite honest. When it comes to Kiria Petra, it has actually grown quite significantly. It will be a level 20 next turn. We've had a slew of arriving freight and food trucks to the city, which allowed us also to significantly increase the production here. We are at 790. Engineering school will be finished next. Then we're gonna jump into some that will increase education, because the city is sort of stagnated in that regard. I've been investing as much as I could into production and also food. So engineering school, Odeon, anatomy lab, law school, observatory, guild hall, these will all boost primarily the education here, and that's the next goal for the city. When it comes to the area that was originally controlled by the barbarians, the city has not been found there yet by the Greeks, so I'm hoping that we might have time, though I'm not entirely sure where we have our intrepid group. I should be well on their way. I actually connected everything via the railway, so I'm hoping that they're taking the right path and they're not somewhere completely ridiculous. No, it's a deer archer. Let me check the military advisor. It is the only well, it's not within our city, so it would be domestic territory. Cavalry, elephant gunner, park ranger, Enkidu. From the city, from the territory maybe? Are they already that far away? Monk, gear, mechanic, no. Neutral. Oh, it probably is. Ah, wow, they're already all the way here. Oh, goddamn. Alright then. Well, they're gonna found the new city in 5 turns then. Surprised. I did not expect that. They made the journey almost completely, which is good. Because when you look at our city of Cleopatra, we have completely developed it probably, or improved the terrain around it, so there really isn't anything more that we can do for the city. And I've been utilizing my group here to get additional connections via the railroad. So the only one that we could actually boost would be this one, but instead I think I'm gonna send you guys here as well to start developing this territory. Now there literally is just oil, dunes, there's almonds. What else is here? It's mostly in the sea, isn't it? Yeah, there's tin over here. Alright, well, that actually settles it. We know what we have to do. I have been working on improving this territory. Where are they? Here. So we have just we are just finishing the kelp harvester over here, and once we'll be done with that, we are going to send you that way. We've actually already fought the pirates here, which was kind of funny because they managed to push out one of our units, so that was kind of interesting. But we are going to send you all along this coast. Maui is going to be the only one that is probably going to stop us, but this is still hopefully passable. If not, I'm just gonna declare war on them. I don't care at this point. They have no right to protest, so we'll just get there either way. And we're gonna start improving the territory. I'm still gonna boost Cleopatra though. It needs to get to population 24, I believe, at this point. Yeah, 24, because Kadianon is going to grow in 22 turns, so I set a goal of 24 for the city. But for the new city that we are gonna found, it's going to be the supply trucks. Cleopatra isn't just gonna get the food, because honestly, it is doing good enough for itself that it can handle these constructions on its own, and there are no major things here that we would want to get. A caravan post would kind of be cool though, and it's super cheap. Alright, let's build caravan post. And do you replace barter post? No. Barter post, I think is... yeah, replaced by trading post. Alright, and that's one we need. Alright, so let's do it this way. And we should see the... maybe not. It's not here. Well, never mind. I'll just let you finish the engineering school, then caravan post, and you're gonna go further. The guild hall would be... alright, one more change. Let's do it this way. Guild hall, caravan post, and engineering school. I've stopped building guild halls because they have a huge maintenance connected to it, but they give education and a little bit of industrial production, and I think we can easily pay for it, so that's not an issue. Down here, we haven't been doing much. I'm still boosting the cultural growth here. So you are now producing 821, you are now producing 799, and as you can see, we're building more and more buildings that will boost culture. And as we have been kind of stunting the city's production. I'm hoping that we will be able to push it back. I feel really sorry for our Korean vassal, but we have been giving them gifts left and right, so they should be completely okay with this. No, they declared war on our friend. Actually, you know what? While I'm talking about it, let's see if we can give them something. Wow, they actually have everything. So there really isn't anything we can do for them. And, important news, our units have actually, due to the changes in the border here, been pushed north. So our army is now stationed here. I'm actually considering sending it back home completely. Which I think is actually, you know what, let's do that. Let us send you guys here and upgrade all of the cannons and cavalry to the new type of units. Because I've been having stationed them for quite some time and they haven't been doing anything. Alright, and I wanted to say also that I have microed a little bit this island territory, but we need to spread the religions here. What I think I'm actually gonna do next is I'm gonna look at our religions and start with Druidic and Hellenic, spread it to all of the cities that do not have it, and then take... I mean, Jainism is the one that I really do not like because it hurts your production. So instead, I think I'm gonna take Shinto next. Though Shinto is in all but one city, so that's actually interesting. Having Jainism, why are you missing? Justiniana Nova. Okay, so that would be kind of easy. We can just, spread those to all of the cities and take, Buddhism, spread it to the missing cities, Confucianism, and just take it from the top, then Christianity, and doing it this way. We would basically just make sure that every city has every religion and we can forget about it. That sounds like a good plan because so far it has been an organized chaos, and giving it a little bit more structure would be good. And actually, by the way, Constantinople now has every single religion in the game. Alright, and the last thing that I actually want to mention is that I've been doing some calculations and I've tried to figure out how much food each new population consumes, and I'll be honest, I just cannot figure it out. It seems like it is randomized with the growth of the city, and because various cities gives various bonuses based on population, some have monuments, it is almost impossible for me to calculate it. So I've decided that until we actually get something that will greatly boost the food in Constantinople, and I do not think that that's gonna happen anytime soon, we are no longer gonna grow the city. I was thinking, I think I mentioned that already, but I have now decided that that's gonna be the case. Because I don't think women's suffrage, no, you're not helping with that. Foreign policy, gyro compass, Cubism, no, but then we're gonna get something, I'm pretty sure, that's gonna help with food production. You're actually lowering food. Huh, so that's the opposite way to go. Dissemination plant. Nothing here really. I'm sure that Wolfhall actually had okay, collective farm, but unfortunately it requires state-owned and communism. That one's not gonna work for us. Planning office, reduction, re-education center, Jesus Christ. The horrors of future. Consumerism is probably gonna be one that does that. Any food? No, just gold. Supermarket. No, really? Supermarket is also not giving any food. I mean, technically it's understandable. Fishing, modern art. Okay, agrochemicals is definitely gonna help. Pesticide manufacture and organic farms, so those will help. Physical chemistry, fiberglass, submarine warfare. Interesting, and it really seems to lead to the fact that we will have more and more gold and less everything else. Could Constantinople just start? No, culture. Never mind. Anyway, let's see where for labor unions.
All that serves labor serves the nation. All that harms is treason. If a man tells you he trusts America, yet fears labor. He is a fool. There is no America without labor, and to fleece the one is to rob the other.
Interesting quote, specifically because of the situation of labor unions in the United States nowadays. So, what do we get? The local courthouse, labor unions, welfare office, Yasnaya Polyana. Yasnaya Polyana, or Bright Glade in English, was the home and estate of Leo Tolstoy. This home, 200 kilometers from Moscow, was where Tolstoy was born, lived, and wrote his greatest works. One wing of the estate was used as a school for the children of the peasants living on the estate. After his death, the home and grounds became a museum dedicated to Tolstoy's life and work. And we get a lot of improvements here. Red tape. It's kind of interesting way. It gives whale. I don't understand this. Red tape motion one. Can be given to criminals, political crowd, conniving, corruption. Alright, well, let's see the big picture. We can get collectivist now, which is not great. Marxist, yeah, we've discussed that. Egalitarian, nationalist, free market, socialized, privatized, fiat money. Yeah, here we go. Collectivist. You have capitalist, and collectivist is just outright wrong in, well, wrong, outright worse in everything. I'm looking forward to the secured borders though. That's gonna be pretty good. Step rotation. Other than that, I'm happy that you guys actually agree with me in the assessment of how the girl, what am I talking about? How the game is presenting these things. Reichstag. Start a golden age when gaining a vassal. Alright, we now have one more reason to get a vassal. So you can build Bahidar Bemer. Anything else? We actually get the social service, which is interesting from the Marxism technology. It great to increase maintenance, but doesn't really help us much. Only gives a little bit of food. For that food, health. You could build a roasted coffee factory. Anything else? Not really. Not really. Not really. Not really. Let's build a police box and you labor union. It's one happiness and health in every city. Yes, it's a very cheap. Well, actually, it's not that cheap. 50,000 for an estate. Alright, let's start with these. Build meters. Oh, and we finalized. Yeah, we need to build a great farmer. How long will you be building that? 1 turn. Okay, start with that. I forgot that we finalized the farm. Alright, so you are a supply freight. See, it's going through these dangerous neutral ground across the barbarian land. Jesus Christ, no. And you guys finalize these? No, still not. Third cup harvester? Yes. Alright, so now you guys are going to go here. Ah, you can travel through ocean, awesome. So there's nothing to stop you now. You guys can just go around and continue building forests. You will join these friends in their adventures. You guys can stay. This is a food freight, so you can head on to Kiria Petra. And that's a turn. So I'll see you in 12 turns with women's suffrage. We'll already have a new city established there, I hope. So we'll be able to see how it's doing. I doubt that the ships will arrive by then, but certainly the elephants will. So we can start improving the area a little bit. We'll start with the oil tile. That's going to be good. Then we're going to look and the addon. Actually, the oil tile is not going to work. We'll need to start with this one due to the limited culture that we'll have. So almonds, there's nothing here. Man, the city is going to struggle in the beginning. It's going to be rough. Alright. Anyway, see you in 12 turns. Turn 7468, year 1761 AD, and we are one turn away from women's suffrage. So what's new? Well, as you can see, Constantinople is still at population 64, but that is not the city that I want to talk about today. I want to talk about Lykorokkios, our newest city, the 69th city in our empire. As you can see, it is located at the area where the old barbarian city was. There actually was another one right over here that we erased down as we entered the area, and we found our newest settlement. The city itself is being defended by Wall Archers of Constantinople, which is a very old unit coming directly from Constantinople. And to my surprise, it's actually doing pretty good so far. The situation with the tiles is turning out to be much better than anticipated. The ships got here really quickly, so we already have a whaling ship created here and a fishing boat over the shrimp here. We are now improving the kelp here with the kelp harvester. We're gonna then work on this one where we are going to build another improvement and then one over here. And once we're gonna be done with those, one fishing boat is gonna create a fishing boat here for the perils, and one will create a fishing boat for crabs here, and we'll actually improve all of the tiles that we have currently reached. We'll need to send in 2 more fishing boats, one for this crab and one for the lobster, but that is a problem for the future generations, or we might actually create it directly in Lykorokkios, because, you know, it can build a modern workboat, and with a freight truck we would pay, you know, almost double for it, but, you know, that might be worth it. The city itself is not really all that developed yet. Despite having a population of 8, it has created only a couple of basic buildings. It doesn't even have the mining camp yet. I've heard up the engineering school because it's so far away that it's taking quite some time to get supplies here. So we finished the what's it called? Ancient customs. And you can see there's the elementary school, which is coming from the constructions, but that's pretty much all there is. We have the university here too, which is good, but again, engineering school is going to be next one, so, you know, education is skyrocketing. But as far as production goes, mining camp, tannery, charcoal burner, and commercial port are going to be our bread and butter. I'm going to start shadowing some of these cheap buildings too. But we really need to get the factory up, the parts maker, the traction engine workshop, and, you know, pile on the bonuses. What's gonna help is the fact that we got oil here, and we got mountains, and this is, I think, tin. Is that tin? Yes, so we'll have access to tin, oil, and a mountain tile, plus do 2 more down here eventually, which are going to create the basis of our construction. And we also have the whaling ships here, which are giving 7, so the basis is becoming, you know, a little bit decent here. And we'll have what, 4 plus 7 from this one, or 8, I guess 8. So there's going to be 15 coming from here, and we'll get a couple more here. And because of the most of the food resources coming from the sea, I plan to pop a factory here, and maybe even here. I'll have to see what kind of improvements we can make, but there will be no farms on the land, just pure factories and you know, pure factories and mines, because we need to jumpstart the industrial growth. Kirjapetra, in the meantime, got to population 24, meaning it has 100,000 people, and it is now officially on its own. But with the production of 894, it's actually doing pretty good. It's building law school, observatory, grand estate, and then it's gonna start with these small buildings that will improve its production and food production. And when it's going to be finished with them, it's going to finish private school, then a lot of cultural buildings, and then we're going to revisit with a a couple more things from here. But as you can see, all the major industrial buildings have already been built, which is good. And we are pretty much just waiting for the growth of influence so that the city can actually grab this tile and this tile. Those are going to be big bumps to its production. But other than that, it's up to the population to take over the construction. When it comes to religion, we have actually achieved our goal by having, where is it? Hellenism present in all of our cities. It has an influence of 5 and it is amazing. Right behind it is Shinto, which the only city where it's actually absent is Vikorokios. So these two religions will be the first ones to spread everywhere. I believe I had the Shinto missionaries actually here. Yes, the two are gonna come here, so in 4 turns it's gonna happen. We've already spread the Hellenism here. As you can see, we have also Yoruba, and the other guys are over here, and we have a bunch more coming here to spread all of the religions. So we'll see if we'll be able to do just that. A couple of other religions are quickly approaching it. Buddhism is now missing also only in Kyriapetra and Likorokios and in Akegranos, and I believe that I actually already sent a missionary here. Yes, so hopefully Akegranos will be converted and we're not gonna fail at that, at which point it is really just about these 2 cities to also have Buddhism everywhere. And who is also pretty close? Yes, Druidic tradition, I'm working on that one. Again, Kardianon, Kyriapetra, Vikorokios, we're missing it at Rehovot as well, but missionaries are on the way to every single place. Dudgoin as well, so we might have Druidic tradition everywhere too. And then it's gonna be, well, Confucianism, I'm spreading also Christianity, Islam, so you know, eventually it's gonna work itself out. The effects of all of these new buildings can be seen here. We are at 175,414 science per turn, and we're building a lot of new temples. Like, you know, when you look at the map, you can see the resurgence. Actually, like, you could think this is a sort of a renaissance era for us, where religions are being heavily subsidized by our government. We are trying to found many institutions of learning and spreading, and I would say that considering our setup, these cities would be paid for by the cities in a sort of a feudal settlement, but they are also, because of the push that we have towards science, seen as independent scientific religious institutions, but more leaning into science and trying to confirm that they are the ones that will give you the questions, the answers to the big questions. Alright, that's the main thing. What's the plan for the upcoming months? Well, we need to properly connect our new city, so I need to build a road. There is actually a second construction squad coming here. I am not sure where they actually are right now, but they should be heading here pretty soon. I'll connect them along this route. I see that there's a Malinese fort here that's actually in the way. I might send the... Well, where do we have the guys that were... Because I think someone actually already mentioned that fort should fall, because it's in the worst possible place. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, well, either way, this is going to be our main primary focus. When it comes to our cities themselves, I don't have much to say about it. Suffrage is going to give us a couple of good buildings, but literally we're scraping the barrel here. There's only things like these that I really am not, all good conscience, willing to build. There's not much that we want. We could build, you know, a couple of these factories and stuff like that, but I think that I'm going to start turning cities eventually to science again, because we really don't have much to build there, and it would be good. Constantinople itself is probably not going to be turned to science, but instead to military, because we can definitely afford a couple of new units, and I would eventually like to be the strongest civilization. To be still, at least on paper, same as Persia, have the strongest armies, so looking into the possibility of building some, you know, more artillery units, more cavalry, more patrols would be, I guess, pretty good for us. The steam tank I would like to build as well, but unfortunately they upgrade all the way to the white tank, which I believe is under, well, atomic, but what do you require? Automatic weapons and armored vehicles. Yeah, here's the early tank, and that's the step that I would actually like to take. So we might really just default to building the gunners and other things. We'll see, we'll see. But the other cities, which are in similar situation, might definitely turn to science, because we really don't have much to do here anymore. Alright, is there anything else to say? Yes, we definitely need more fishing boats, of course. That's one thing that I wanted to mention. And I guess that's that. No difference in this area. Oh! Oh no, they actually settled there! Dang it. Come on, man. 2P, you bastards. That was supposed to be our spot. Well, we still have a chance to settle here, so that would be good. But that, man, that makes me mad. And of course on the island over here, because you would like to take Amsterdam over. So cool, let's end it, and here it's for women's suffrage. Where the hell? Yeah, you guys need to go to Akigranas. You just shadow that. We'll see it together, whether or not that religion will spread.
Why is a woman to be treated differently? Woman suffrage will succeed, despite this miserable guerrilla opposition.
Alright, so women's suffrage gives did I say it correctly? Suffrage. Women's suffrage, yeah. Will give us a lot of things here. We get a world wonder. We have democracy, so it's actually pretty good. The daycare center is an amazing building, which we are going to spread everywhere we can. Speakeasy, unfortunately, I'm not really interested in that one, because it's yet another... I mean, it gives food though, but it requires alcohol prohibition, which we do not have. And I'm not entirely sure I want to have it. And we get the sorority houses, which I think should be automatically built everywhere. So we'll see. So you have now access to the Temple of Tlaloc, Buddhist stupa, Jewish synagogue. Any other religious buildings that gives us research? Nope. Nothing here. Well, here's the daycare center and the meteorology lab, so let's get those up and running. Mob storefront. You can build a factory for radios. We already built one, but we'll build more. Factory for furniture too. Yeah, as I said, we're literally just scraping the barrel. And you could build this one somewhere. Alright. And can you build this? Yes, 3 turns. That's actually a good time. Amorium. What about you, Maiste? What about you? Factory for bricks. That is a good choice. Repair shop, gas station, parking lot. What about education and culture? The Buddhist stupa, daycare center, paper factory, local radio. Varna finished the smelter. You can definitely build a bunch of good things. Anything for science? Nope. Anything for education? Yeah. Well, put these. You can build a truck shipping warehouse. That is a good building. A coffee factory. I think that's actually enough. And here we have the agent. So go deal with Von Sun. Alright, so we have converted you. So let's actually go and try to convert the Milanese city here. And the moment we have all waited for... you're here, so let's see. Will you spread it? Yes, you will. So Buddhism has officially become the second religion that we now have everywhere. Awesome. Actually, I'm a pretty good building. Finish that one first. Oh, and we have a... Wow, we actually have a lot of these altars. Alright, let's finish those first as well. So if I'm not mistaken, Buddhism? Yeah, no, Buddhism. So wait, what was Hellenism? Oh, it was Shinto that was supposed to spread. Alright. So let's see if that happens. Oh, but you can't reach yet. Dang it. Alright, so you guys will have to wait. I mean, I'm sending 2. That should be enough. But yeah, hopefully by the time we come back, we'll have a lot more religions spread around. It would be pretty good. The supply freight over here. And we have a lot of you guys over here. So I can demonstrate what I'm actually doing with the Buddhists and other missionaries. So you always have to just go and look which cities do not have Buddhism, and it's Kiriapetra and Vikorokios at this point, because we have spread it out there over already. So that means you guys can actually go here and spread it and see if that was gonna work. So considering Hellenism has spread everywhere and we still have a lot of missionaries, I think it is fair to just try to spread it elsewhere. You guys have Hellenism? No. I guess they get on a state religion, so we cannot really spread it there. So where could we spread it? Over there or here? So we actually spread it in one sun. Let's try to go here as well, because I built too many missionaries there. Alright, well, and that's it. And that is the end of the episode. So let's just look at the end of the game statistic. I mean, end of the episode statistics. Hey, we actually made it across 45 million. Actually made it across 45.5 million. With 45,667,000 people now living in our empire. Gold production 328,000. Manufactured good almost at 110,000, and crop yield still at only 47,714. It's gonna increase with this new city, because there is a lot of tiles there in the sea to take care of. But yeah, I was really hoping that the food production would skyrocket faster. It doesn't though. What can we do? Not much else that we can do with that one. How about education though? Let's check it out. So yeah, Prasinopolis and Chrysopolis are soon going to break 7,500, so that will use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cities below 7,500. That is amazing. We're doing a really good job. Really good job. And of course, crime and disease are okay. When it comes to pollution, I don't think we're doing too bad. Okay, the Meteopolis actually has 422 now, which I believe might leave it with a little bit of pollution. Is that true? Do you now have pollution? I believe so. Yes, light smog. Alright, we need to fix that. Is there anything that we can do here? Not really. Nah, it's because there's all mountains and no forests to help it out. Well, then we have a goal. You lower it by 5 per turn. So let's just build 4 to make sure that we have that settled. Cool. So I hope you enjoyed. I am going to start the next episode with realism next time, which is a really nice visual art and literature style. Art gallery is gonna get a bonus, and we're gonna get a bunch of world wonders and an opera house and orchestra theater. Then we are going to go to Impressionism, which is one of my favorite art styles ever. It's gonna give us an art supply store. And next is Expressionism, which I also really like. Art gallery and balloon rides. No buildings, but we'll get Chill House? What's this? Chill House is a 10-story office building in Hamburg, Germany. It is located in the Kontorhausviertel. It is an exceptional example of the 1920s brick expressionism style of architecture. I'm actually planning, I've been in Hamburg a number of times, but I'm planning a vacation there next month, so I'm gonna find this one and look at it. This large angular building is located on a site of approximately 6,000 meters, spanning the Fischert Fischertwiete Street in Hamburg. It was designed by the German architect Fritz Höger and finished in 1924. Alright, it helps with construction of modern offices, and we have a higher chance of generating statesmen. Alright, so next episode is gonna be all about art styles. Cool, I'm looking forward to that. Again, we're gonna probably start seeing some research pop up in our cities, but yeah, that's cool. So thank you very much, see you next time.